Okay, I'm trying to keep this one short because my last two process videos got way out of hand and way longer than I thought. But I'm outside here in the woods in Newfoundland, which is where I started living about a year and a half ago when this project, Also True, became really important to me. And a big part of that, I realized, was that I was giving myself a project that let me sort of explore the land that I was new to and explore it in my drawings and sort of show it, reveal it in my drawings, but also learn about it. Like the way that I look at the land that I'm on is very different when I'm considering how to capture it in pencil, how to convey it in the story, which parts of it feel like they're very characteristic to here. And of course getting to know things about it, like going to the same places over time and learning the names of trees and plants and the different land areas. Like there are like 4 different names for types of mushy ground that have different levels of acidity in them, and therefore different plants grow there. It's like bog, marsh, something that starts with an F. Anyway, all of these things are things I get to learn about just because I'm in the process of trying to include the land in the comic. So that's something that's been really important to me for this comic because of where I'm living and where it's set, and also because the questions that are central to Also True are questions of what is natural, what is animal, what is human, what is monster, and what is natural. And so it feels really important to me to take anthropocentricity down a peg, which is to say, to decenter the humans, to have other perspectives be just as valid. And so part of the way that I'm answering my question from video 2, with the question being, why is this a comic and not something else, is that I feel like within comics, I can play with perspective in a way that conveys centering other beings. Like, I got really excited about this comic when I realized that I could actually trade perspectives between like the humans in the story and the land, and have the land be a character in the story, and have the land really hold and play important roles in what goes on. So all of that gave me a piece of that answer of like, why is this a comic and not something else? Because I was like, in comics, I can feel how I am able to do this thing that I think is really important and is going to give a lot to the story. You might be able to hear the like pitter patter of my dogs running around in the background behind me. And that's another part of being out here, is that there's me as a human interacting with the land, and then I get to watch my 2 creatures, my 2 dogs, do their version of interacting with the same space while we're interacting with each other, and also when they're just kind of off on their own. So observing all of that is a major part of what I'm creating. And how this is another thing that's really important to me that I'm still working on, but how working on this project can actually be facilitating my own wellness and the experiences that I want to have in my life on a day-to-day basis. Like right now, I wanted a way to sort of anchor my desire to go outside and the dog's need to go outside, and give it a deeper meaning because it's related to my work. So actually this summer I'm really looking forward to drawing while I'm outside, because so much of the land observation is really hard to capture in a photograph. It's hard to draw from a photograph. So instead, I'm going to be, as much as possible, like bringing my pencils and paper outside and just sitting places to draw. And I think that's just going to be a very calming way for me to spend time and to appreciate where I am and not take it for granted. Here they come. Oh, the dogs are being mad. It's fantastic though. They're playing so much. It's awesome. So, yeah, that's part of this process, is that it's going to be a really long comic to write, and the subject matter is all stuff that I feel like is really important for relating to my own wellness or lack thereof, and also my relationships. And so it's serving me in that kind of emotional sense, like in the deeper narratives of my life. 2 dogs. But it's also serving me in the day-to-day. It's sustainable in the day-to-day because it's giving me the challenge of slowing down and being with. So that's my process update. I've also got an idea where I'm going to give myself a deadline to get the first bit of it done. So I will actually probably ask you guys to hold me a little bit accountable for that. Just needing like a time when something has to be actually in the world, I think is going to help me, because I could really stay in this philosophical place forever. It's just so nice. Anyway, thanks for letting me explore in these updates and being along for the ride with me, because like I think this journaling is very good for me. It's just hard to, yeah, it's hard to see how anyone else would enjoy it. But I'm just being self-conscious now, and I'm going to get over it. All right, until next time.